Hello everyone, we are back with Burning the Midnight Oil. I think we're getting into our private investigator services or whatever. So we just went to this speakeasy looking club kind of thing for the vampires, and we're looking for our client's person or something or something. So we're talking to the manager. Is that who I think it is? Welcome back from the dead, babe. I wouldn't call Nisha a friend, but we do get along. It helps that Nisha is a businesswoman, though her loyalties will always be to Lazarus and Asylum. Asylum? I did this all last episode. Nisha appreciates making a little extra on the side when she can. Only instead of selling her own blood, she sells information. That makes her more valuable to Cersei than to any donor ever could be. Missed me? I guess it does get pretty dead around here without you. No pun intended. She puts her cig on the bar counter. Where have you been the past? What has it been, a year already? Information for information, I'll just tell her. That save do be taking a second. She's chugging, I'll tell her the truth. Ignoring how Nisha's obviously been keeping tabs on her after all, it's her job to track potential patrons and threats. Cersei elects to play nonchalant. Been lazy lately. Asked Eddie to accept fewer cases for a while. That's a shame. I thought you were the one of the lucky few to actually enjoy your job. So did I. I take it you still enjoy yours. Most nights. Anyways, who said you're allowed to break the ban when you've got stuff to do? Could just show up here for fun. A couple years ago, Cersei might have agreed with her, but now, messing with Lazarus and his ridiculous ban just isn't as fun as it used to be. Maybe because I've been doing it for 6 years straight. Honestly, the bigger the surprise is that I didn't get bored of it sooner. Should you really be encouraging me to break the rules? Nah, probably not, but who's gonna tell? Nisha tips her head towards the bar. How about a drink before your shares would bring you here? My treat. I'm good. You're turning down a free drink? I'm not thirsty. Nisha smiles like she doesn't believe her, and she would be right not to. The thirst is never fully satisfied. Fortunately, Nisha is a lot more respectful of boundaries than Cersei's ever been. She knows not to push it. You don't mind if I make myself one, do you? Be my guest. Nisha slips behind the counter, playfully hip-checking the bartender on service to make more space for her. The bartender shakes their head at her with a smile. Nisha, trying to steal my job again. Work harder and I won't be able to. Who's this? Alright, Jude, meet Cersei. Cersei, this is a young vampire who works at Asylum. Jude mostly bartends these nights, but they also work as one of Nisha's many ears inside and outside Elysium. Before Jude became a vampire, they used to be a donor. Oh, I see. Okay. Actually, I don't think I care. But she just asked... You know what? Never mind. Jude looks more amused than offended. So you're the one they call Cersei. Weren't you banned forever? No one actually cares about that, except maybe Lazarus, depending on his mood. Then why do you continue to make it a pain in the ass for me every time I visit? Does it matter? You always find your way in, don't you? No thanks to you. Cersei eyes Jude, who's watching their interaction with a strange interest. You're new. Sort of. Jude, you said? Yeah. Like the song? Their skin can't flush, but they still look bashful. Like the song. Cersei's attention returns to Nisha. Why are there so many new faces? First the bouncer, now this one. Jude isn't new. They've worked here for quite a while now. They used to be a donor, actually. Cersei doesn't bother hiding her surprise. Lazarus actually changed one of them? No, not Lazarus. Not directly, at least. Another vampire passing through the town lost control of his hunger, drank too much, and you know how it goes. Lazarus made him change me. Nisha's frowning. But then she notices Cersei watching her and fakes a smile. He saved their life. He did. He really did. More like ruined it. You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if Lazarus hadn't hired you. What happened to the one that made you? Nisha answers for them again. Oh, he's dead. Like, dead. Good riddance. I suppose congratulations are in order, Jude. You survived your fangling year? Oh, yeah, probably the first year. Slang term referring to the newborn, to refer to newborn vampires. After a year has passed, given that the vampire did not get themselves killed in one way or another, one will no longer be considered a fangling. I cannot read. Hello. It was an interesting experience. Your first year after the change is never easy, but under the right guidance, it's manageable. Jude may not have had their maker by their side, but Elysium's vamps still look out for each other, as long as it's convenient. It's nice to meet you at last. Lazarus talks about you so much, I felt like I already knew you. Oh yeah? What's he been saying? Nothing nice. The other night he went on a rant about you for hours. Said in almost 200 years of unlife, you're the worst bat he's ever met. Lazarus needs to practice his insults if that's the best he's got. I'm disappointed. Oh, he said far worse. Just didn't think it was polite to repeat. That's just how he expresses his affection. He's a sentimental soul. Think that's enough, mess stirring for one night, Jude. Back to work. Yes, ma'am. Jude spares Cersei one last glance and a brief smile. And then it's only her and Nisha again. Nice kid. They're older than you in mortal years. Like I said, nice kid. Nisha's eyes never leave the drink she's mixing, but Cersei still feels watched. So if you're not here to keep me company, why are you here? I'm looking for someone. You'll have to be a little more specific. Cersei holds up the target's photo for Nisha to see. He's a fangling. I don't know what they call him, but our client says they've been lurking around Elysium the past couple of nights. I'm hoping I'll find him here tonight, too. Nisha isn't even looking. Cersei pushes. Recognize him? No one sets foot inside Elysium without Nisha knowing. Nisha knows Cersei knows that, which is why they both know it's total nonsense when Nisha barely glances at the picture before she shrugs. Boys like that are two a penny in North Haven. What makes you think I would remember? Here we go. Unless you've got something to help remind me. You only get greedier and greedier. Thankfully, greedy is easy to work with. Cersei slides a few pounds over the counter. Hello. Nisha is quick to tuck it away inside her pockets. Suddenly, she's got a bounty of information to share. They call him Seth. Whoa, crazy with the Seth! Showed up in North Haven recently, has already built up an unsavory reputation. An anonymous client paid Thorne Investigations to slay him for unknown reasons. Okay. And your intel's not wrong. He's a fangling of fairly fresh one too, and maybe a couple of weeks dead, give or take. He has no one. Whoever made him, they are no longer in the picture, which doesn't spell great odds for him in this world. He's only been here twice before, but he should be here tonight unless he's too scared. Why would he be scared? He's been on trial so far. If he wants to stay on the list, he needs to start paying. But without a job or someone to sponsor his undead life, well, let's just say his options for gathering enough money aren't exactly legal. Not that we care about how he earns his keep, as long as it doesn't bring us any unwanted attention. Though, now that you're after him, I guess I can forget about all that. He definitely won't be able to pay after you're done with him. I'd say I'm sorry, but you're not, I know. Nisha strains her drink into a chilled martini glass. Can I ask what he did? I'm sure you already know. Why pretend you don't? Nisha sips her drink, and Cersei waits. If I let you do this, I don't need your permission. Nisha rolls her eyes. Fine, you're right. I do know Seth's a piece of crap and doesn't deserve to exist. But most of Elysium's clientele, including yourself once upon a time, are pieces of crap who should be dead. That doesn't mean you can kill all of them. I'm only allowing it this time because Seth isn't a regular piece of crap. He's a piece of crap whose body count is going to lead the pigs to our door. I really, really, really don't want to see Orion's holier-than-thou mug more than I have to. An inspector. So Orion Walker is an inspector in the Supernatural Crime Division, making him Dante and Raoul's superior officer. Despite being a vampire, Orion has a human family. Both his wife and his daughter are aware of his identity and job. Officially, Orion's daughter, Alice, is adopted and is not his biological child. Vampires shouldn't be able to have children, making Alice a miracle that has to be kept a secret. If her identity gets out, it might catch people's attention of questionable people. Perhaps it is because of the similarity that Orion finds it difficult to not constantly worry about Dante. Wait, what? She's adopted, so why does it matter? Huh. Whatever. I don't get it. So whatever you plan on doing to Seth, spare me the gory details. The less I know, the better for both of us. Go ahead. Just don't do it anywhere near Elysium. We have zero tolerance policy towards violence between vamps here, in case you forgot. How's that going for you, by the way? Just asking, since your zero tolerance policy towards me is hardly being enforced. You're already banned. What are you supposed to do, ban yourself again? You could unban me if you're not going to put any real effort into keeping me out. Nisha attempts a weary smile, but ends up sighing instead. You act like it was my decision. Oh, right, I almost forgot. No matter how much you like to pretend, otherwise, you're still Laz's little minion. Fuck off. You don't even like it here, babe. Every time you come, all you do is complain, complain, complain. And you should know better than to take this personally. You dated him, and you know what Lazarus is like. Love and hate, romance and violence, making love and fucking. It's all the same to that beautiful, messed up mind of his. Another sip of her drink. For what it's worth, he really does miss you. Meanwhile, I couldn't be happier to be rid of him. Nisha sighs again, more amused than annoyed this time. Is it because your kind has too much time on your hands that you waste so much of it? I guess you'll find out on your own, assuming things go the way you want them to. Nisha drops the grin. She wants to be one of them. She's never dared to say it aloud, at least. Not to Cersei, but it's obvious to anyone who pays enough attention. Now, personally, I would never wish the change upon anyone, not even my worst enemy. But every now and then, I'll meet someone who thrives in the night. Someone who might as well have been born to be one of us. Nisha is exactly like that. But Cersei will never change her. Unless Lazarus permits it, neither will any of the other vampires who hang around Elysium. Nisha's only chance is Lazarus. We'll see how that turns out for her. Speaking from experience, he loves to disappoint. Back to the Fangling. Will you keep your eye out for him, please? Pretty please. All right, all right. I'll even send him your way if I see him. In return, you'll make sure that he's dealt with far away from here. Deal? Sure. I'm serious, Cersei, unless you want Lazarus to learn of our little partnership. Cersei couldn't care less if Lazarus learned that Nisha's been working with her detective agency for years now. It's not her who's going to get in trouble. It'll be Nisha, his right hand, who gave away intel on his clients at his club. But it'd be inconvenient to lose our best informant. Also, Eddie would nag about it for nights. I'll be discreet, don't worry. That's all I ask. Yes, discreet. Not much time has passed before one of Elysium's goons notifies Cersei of the Fangling's arrival. Looks like Nisha's fulfilled her end of the bargain. Now it's Cersei's turn. Moments later, Cersei finds Seth loitering near the stage. She was right to assume that he'd changed since the photograph. He's at least a few years older, though still young enough to have just graduated university. He shaved off the baby fat and grown a mediocre mustache, but the cheeky smile he shoots her way is identical to the one in the picture. For a split second, Cersei hesitates. He still looks so young, so full of life even in death. Then she remembers what he's done. She remembers the women he's hurt. She remembers he deserves this. Hey. She's grinning from ear to ear, a little too brightly for someone who's supposed to be dead, as she closes in. Well, hello there. What do they call you? Doesn't matter. You're welcome to call me whatever you want. Really? Typical of a Fangling. Seth is a slave to his own impulses. Perhaps he's merely deferring to her as an older vampire. Or he simply can't help his excitement at a woman showing some interest in him first. Either way, she smiles, deciding there's no point in wasting time. Seduction has always come easiest for her. You should come somewhere with me. Somewhere more private. Seth lunges at the opportunity without reservation. Sure. When? I can go anytime. Now. Where? Where to? When? She hides her disgust behind a well-timed giggle. Come with me. She slips a hand into his and guides the overly eager vamp through the crowd. Saying vamp all the time makes me feel like I'm talking about like band stuff. like an amp. That's what I think I'm talking about. The bouncer who almost did let her in earlier still guards the entrance. He doesn't say anything when he sees them, simply watching as they disappear down the dark tunnel. Ooh, jazz. When they get out of the tunnel, Cersei leads Seth through the streets with confidence, knowing exactly where to bring him. It's where I met Eddie for the first time, 20 years ago. 20 years ago? I spared his life that night, but I ended many lives there since to make up for it. Seth doesn't shut up once. I've never been with a vamp before. Is it better sex than with humans? Should we get some blood first? He enjoys the sound of his own voice too much. Not even once does he question her silence. Cersei stops at the end of the dingy alley, far away enough from Elysium to maintain her end of the deal. Seth looks around with a frown. You want to do this here? Wouldn't a nice girl like you prefer a hotel? Not a girl. Seth's jaw stupidly drops. You mean? I was referring to my age. Oh yeah, of course not. I'm sure you're experienced. Anyway, I'd invite you back to mine, but I don't have a place yet. Just rolled into North Haven the other night. Still getting my stuff sorted out. She ignores him, letting him laugh nervously to himself while she looks around, checking there's no junkies or creeps hiding around the corner. It seems it's just the two of us here. And he's back to being excited. Ah, you dirty girl. Blech, gross. You got a kink for doing it outside, yeah? Ew. You picked a great spot then. No way anyone will find us here. As long as we're on the same page. She lunges for him, grabbing him by the throat and shoving him up against the wall. Yeah. He doesn't need air to survive, but he's forgotten that in his panic. He gasps desperately, clawing at the hand wrapped around his neck. Cersei stares into his eyes the entire time. She doesn't want to miss the moment the fight leaves him, the moment he realizes he doesn't stand a chance. She's older, stronger. She's going to kill him. She's going to kill him. Please. She only notices he's crying when a stray tear hits her skin. Typical. When threats don't work, they always resort to begging. Please don't. Please, I know what I've done to piss... I don't know what I've done to piss you off, but... She can feel the joy seeping out of her as Seth's crying grows louder. She forgot how annoying it can be to kill fanglings. They're too sensitive. Whether it's pain or pleasure, they feel everything too strongly. That's why they don't last long without an older vampire to guide them in their first year. Leave them to their own antics and they'll fuck like rabbits and die like cattle. Why are you doing this to me? Quit wailing, and I'll get to that part. It's a little hard not to wail when you're about to kill me, but sure, I'll be bloody quiet. She lifts her chin, daring him to speak another word. I'm waiting. Perfect. Listen, I think we can both agree that you've been stupid. Least you could have done is be more careful with where you take your meals. Not eaten as many sheep from the same pen. Then maybe no one would have noticed. But no, on top of that, you were childish enough to play with your food and leave evidence behind. She sees the exact moment her words start to seep into his dumb little brain. The games you weren't very fun for your playmates, were they? Of course you liked that they didn't like it, didn't you? That's what this is about. They were into it. And you talk like I've been touching them. I haven't. I never said that. I'm not sick. My mom taught me better than that. I see. So she warned you not to stick your dick where it is unwanted, but she forgot to tell you not to eat people? Don't bother denying it. You torture them, Seth. You snack on their flesh while they still breathe. So what if I like to steal a bite? Their blood is good enough to drink, but their flesh is too dirty for us? Every vampire's tried me once. Yeah, even you. I know you have. And like I already told you, they enjoyed it. Her fingers twitch, her grip on his throat threatening to tighten. Did they tell you that before or after you drained and defiled them? I'd ask them personally, but the last time I checked, the dead don't talk. Well, with the exception of us. But why does that even matter? Aren't we the same? Aren't we? Then you should know this isn't fair to judge me. We're vampires, apex predators, top of the food chain. Who cares what happens to the cattle? God, can you get any more cliche? See, that's the problem with vampires like yourself. You've no regard for consequences. You think that it's just because you can, you should. Well, let me clue you in on a little secret. Ew, I don't like that I can hear that. That's gross. She squeezes hard, strangling him. You shouldn't have. Release him. No. What are you gonna do? Stop me? Squish! And that's the sound of his neck in my hand getting squished. You've got to be kidding me. Release him. I will not repeat myself. There's only one vampire in the city who would dare order Cersei around like that. Is that my man? Oh, Abraxas. Who's that? Oh shit, I missed it. Hold on, glossary. Captain of the SSF North Haven branch. The lone vampire on his team. His agents respect him as a leader, but his loyalty to the SSF has made him unpopular with local supernaturals. Rumor has it that Abraxas once lived as an aristocrat, and he still owns a mansion somewhere at the outskirts of North Haven. He's declined to comment. This is your final warning, Miss Cersei. I strongly recommend that you heed it. I heard you the first time, Abraxas, but I'm not one of your lapdogs. You should ask it nicely if you want me to do something for you. Has it playing nice with you ever done anyone any good? How would you know? You never tried. You're trying to distract me, but your efforts are in vain. Tonight, I have less patience for your antics than usual. Why his coat kind of looks like a pillow? Seth is under the protection of the Supernatural Secrecy Force. If you harm so much as a hair on his head, you will be in defiance of North Haven's supernatural law. Here's my tish and tea about that. If he's under your protection, why are you letting him run around killing people all the time? Like, you're a failure. You know what I mean? Like, Cersei's getting involved because you are so, like, not on making sure that this vampire is going crazy, that someone else has requested for him to be killed. So maybe do your job. Thanks. Purely out of childish spite, she considers plucking a hair from Seth's head just to prove a point. It'll grow back in seconds after all. Release him. Let me handle him. It's not as if this would be my first crime. I've broken at least 2 laws just tonight. This is a serious matter. How serious? I cannot say. I just know that Seth is our only witness to an important investigation. I am? He is. In her surprise, Cersei drops Seth on his behind. Seth scrambles to his feet, running to hide behind Abraxas' imposing frame. It's hard to tell, but beneath his thick jacket, Abraxas is hiding almost 6 feet and 5 inches of lean muscle. If only he'd use all those muscles for something productive, like throwing me around in a bedroom. Damn! Facts! What? Who said that? I digress. Damn, she's great. Gosh, she's just like us. She's just like us for real. Hell yeah. Normally, no self-respecting vampire would run to an SSF agent for help, but Seth either doesn't know that. Yeah, I know, he definitely has no respect for himself. Well, probably both. He probably doesn't know anything either. Follow me. One of my agents is waiting for us around the corner. Hey, where do you think you're going? I'm not done with you. Abraxas answers without pause. I am. I'm not. I fail to see how that's my problem. Abraxas couldn't look more bored if he tried. It's infuriating how he always carries himself with the perfect poise, even as his shoulders hang heavy with guilt. He thinks no one can see. Thank you for not putting too much of a fight with this time, Miss Cersei. I appreciate it when you're willing to cooperate. Unlike the rest of his good-for-nothing squad, Abraxas has never, not even once, flinched in the face of her wrath. But there's always a time for firsts. Collaborate. You want me to show you how I collaborate? She storms up to him, even in heels. She has to glare up at him. But the height difference has never intimidated her. He's into it. What? This is unnecessary. I can hear you perfectly fine from where you stood. Go fuck yourself. Not even a flinch. Very mature. You are more than welcome to waste my time another night, Miss Cersei, just not this one. They're dating. Yes. Guys, they're dating. Ah! Wait, let me get my thumbnail, bruh. I haven't been able to get my thumbnail yet. Yee. Oh yeah, they're dating. Oh yeah, they're totally dating. Bam. That's gonna be my thumbnail. What? She tries to step aside, but he tries to step aside, but she follows, blocking his path. Don't pretend you're above all this. You love arguing with me. That's why you're always in my business, messing with my work. His brow furrows. It's the only hint that her words have affected him in any way. I'm not in your business. You are in mine. Right, sure. That's why I stalked you here. Oh, wait. That wasn't me. That was you. Oh, please. I did not stalk you. Then how did you find us? Coincidence. Coincidence? Seriously? That's the best you could think of? It isn't the first time you've brought your prey to this alley. I was in the area, looking for Seth, and I figured it'd be worth a look. So yes, it's nothing more than a coincidence that I found you. Yeah, the tension between these two go crazy. That's her man now. You're welcome. He moves past her again, but she moves, again, to block him. Do you even know who you're protecting here? Do you even know what this bastard does to his victims? He doesn't just drain them, he tortures them. He deserves worse than death. You're one to talk. You just tried to kill me. Seth pushes out his chest, mimicking Abraxas' stance the best he can. You saw what she did. You saw everything, right, Captain? Quiet. But Seth only gets louder. You did. You saw how this she-devil threatened me. That's attempted murder. What are you waiting for? Do your job and arrest her. Cersei doesn't rise to her own defense. There's no need, because she sees Abraxas' response coming from a mile off. On what grounds? What? I just told you she tried to murder me. This isn't something the SSF is concerned with. We can't get involved in every time there's a minor squabble between two supernaturals. But shut it. They trade peeved glances at the unintentional coordination. After a stony stare, Abraxas is the first to break the tense silence. You have no authority here, Miss Cersei. Now go your way and I'll go mine. The palm of his cold hand ghosts along the small of her back, gently pushing her aside. Then he grabs Seth by the elbow and drags him to the mouth of the alley. Sorry, not good at reading. Cersei follows right at their heels. What happens to him after you get what you need? We'll follow protocol and release him. But he's a criminal. Because he's predictable like that, Abraxas just offers his usual spiel. The SSF is a counter-terrorism and intelligence agency. We investigate and neutralize supernatural threats for the greater good of society. We have neither the time nor good reason to chase down all the addicts, muggers, and vandals who haunt the streets. But even if I wanted to do something, we have no case against him. I cannot abuse the law by detaining him without proof of crime. My word is your proof. Have I ever lied to you before? Many times. But I'm not lying this time. Abraxas pauses, turning to look at her. She meets his assessing stare with confidence. If you have proof that this vampire has violated supernatural law, you should gather your evidence and report it to the Supernatural Crime Division. Secret Police Division focused on investigating and preventing supernatural crime, led by a wizard called Advic. To the public eye, they appear to be the Special Crimes Division. I'll put in a word with the inspector, whoever's on the shift, to make sure he's looked into as soon as possible. And if indeed he is guilty, of the claims you make, I'll personally ensure that he gets what he deserves. Now, will you please step aside and let me do my job? She steps back, hiding her fangs between tightly pressed lips. Fine. She's not going to report shit. By the time they get through to the backlog of his file, Seth will already have fled to the city. She'll surrender him to the SSF custody for now. There's no other option, but as soon as he's out of their sight... Seth snickers under his breath. Serves you right, stupid. 1 second, Seth's taunting her. The next, he's crumpled on the floor, clutching his broken nose as he cries out in pain. What was that for? Happened so fast, she almost missed the look of uncharacteristic rage on Abraxas' face. Mind your tongue in the presence of a lady. Oh my god, they're dating. They're dating! You can't change my fun. Yes. I like them. Oh my gosh. I'm writing fan fiction right now. I'm playing, guys. I don't write fan fiction. I just think I'm going to write the characters wrong. But I would if I could. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clearing his throat, he actually has the audacity to look sheepish when his eyes meet Cersei's. We'll take Indeed to her. The nose will heal before we reach the office. Hope your car crashes on the way. For a split second, she thinks she sees a ghost of a smile grace his lips. They're literally in love. They're in love. You can't tell me otherwise. Liar. They're what do we love? Great, now I'm hallucinating. Good night to you too, Miss Cersei. He grabs the back of Seth's hoodie and effortlessly lifting him with one arm and carrying him out of the alley. That's your man. She doesn't watch them leave. She's too pissed to spend another second here. Oh my god, we're a cute little bat. Once she's certain she's still alone, she transforms and flies into the night. Fire! That's probably where I'm gonna cut it. Okay. So, that's where I'm gonna stop it for now. Again, I don't know how long I'll be doing 30-minute videos. They feel short to me. I know they're not short to a lot of people. Hopefully more palatable of a length. For both you and me because I'm tired. Dude, I literally only recorded the one for last week and this week, and I'm tired. I'm like, I could use a nap. So, sorry, I'm dying. Lord help me. But hopefully, honestly, just depending on how these do will depend on how these do and then how I feel. Because I feel so tired. But also I worked and I had to get up really early this morning. So, like at 3 in the morning. So, God help me. But we'll see if they get longer or if they stay this length. But I'm having so much fun. Maybe as much fun as I'm having. Maybe even more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.